Hi YouTube family, welcome back. If you're new, I'm Teresa. If you're oldie but a goodie, thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm back with a cut crease look. And I was actually inspired by these earrings, so I just thought why not create something like them, and I'm so happy with how it came out. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. Furthermore, it's going to be a voiceover, so I'm just going to try to rush through everything so that it doesn't take forever. This probably took me like 45 minutes, and I can't have you watch a 45-minute video. So thank you so much. Please subscribe. Tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend to subscribe, honey. Please like and comment and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much, you guys. So let's jump right into it. Right now I'm just prepping my eyelids as per usual with a concealer. You can literally use any concealer that you have, the lighter the better. I'm taking that fluffy brush and I'm just going to create a transition with those two shades, the darker brown and a maroonish dark brown. So for the most part, I'm actually really tapping this color on. I'm not swiping as of yet. And if I continue in that direction, I actually can end up blending it out. So as you can see, it's not that harsh. And then now I'm taking that lighter brown and I'm just going to put that on top of the color that I put just next to my brow bone, just so that I can blend out that color just for a more gradient effect. I'm using the shade Porcelain or Porcelain, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, from my LA Girls Pro Concealer. The lighter the better. Again, I won't emphasize that enough. It's almost white. That's how pale it is. And it's perfect because the color that you put on your crease will pop. So I would recommend that you use any concealer. However, it needs to be very, very light. Me looking up like that is very intentional because I want to get the right shape of my cut crease, and I want to make sure that it's at the right area so that when I blink, I don't get any more product on top of my eyelids. So it needs to be at that perfect position where every time I blink, I won't have any issues of product transferring onto other parts of the eye. So my product will stick right onto that area that I am carving out. Just one last thing, just ensure that you also have enough concealer on your brush. You need abundance of concealer to cut that crease. I'm taking that matte shade and I'm just putting it on my cut crease, but I just want to make sure that I just set it ultimately. But you can totally just go in with your shimmers and just start from there. You don't have to do that process. Sometimes it's also nicer to just go in with your shimmer and it sticking onto the concealer, but sometimes I just don't prefer to do it. So it's really optional. It's really up to your preference. So I'm basically taking that gold color and I'm just layering it in the center. It's like a gold yellowish shimmer. So I'm just going to continue layering that until I'm satisfied with the pigment and how I want it to look, but mostly in the center of the lid, and then I'll work from that. Now I'm taking that white shimmer. It's like it has a yellow undertone, but it's a white shimmer, and I'm just putting it in the inner corner of my eye because I love the transition that it gives, like from sort of that white with the yellow undertone shimmer into the gold. I love the transition. So usually when I do my cut creases, I just don't use like one gold color. I'll use like a very light color in the inner corner of my eye, in the beginning of my eye, to ensure that it's as, you know, seamless and transitioning as possible. Please also take your time. Don't forget to take your time. A cut crease is like a marathon. I'm taking that yellow shimmer color on my finger because I get more pigment, because the color warms up when you put it on your hands or your finger or your skin. And then I'm going to take a black eyeshadow just to define my outer V so that I can just get more definition. I love adding like a smoky element to my eyeshadows, mostly my cut creases. It just adds a nice transition and yeah, like a gradient vibe. Also just add in like an orange matte color in between the yellow gold and the black eyeshadow at the corner, just to also create like a sunsetty vibe and just here to have a smooth gradient. I just love how those colors just layer into each other and marry each other, so that orange was a great what's the word? Anyway, I'm defining my brow bone now. So I'm just taking a shimmer, the gold initial shimmer color, and I'm just putting it very close to my brow because it defines my brow bone. I'm taking my baby skin pore eraser from Maybelline as per usual. I'm using this to prime my skin, and then yeah, you know, you're just really blocking your pores. For foundation, I'm going with the Maybelline Superstay and the Fit Me foundation. The Superstay is in the shade 70 and the Fit Me is in the shade 356 Warm Coconut. The Superstay is in the shade called Cocoa. I mix the two because I find that, I don't know, I love the coverage and I love how they actually marry each other. Just look at how full coverage that is. It's literally hiding everything, like it's covering everything. I absolutely love this mixture. I actually didn't even know until I bought it, but if you've watched my previous video, which I recommend you would understand why I also mix the two, because the Superstay has a very red undertone, if I put it like that. It's extremely warm, so I would prefer to mix it with a yellow undertone to get my perfect match. All right, so now I'm going in with my Fit Me concealer from Maybelline in the shade 40, and I'm starting the highlight process. This is literally a highlight concealer, but I just love how yellow it is. I'm going to take my LA Girls concealer in the shade Fawn just to help add more highlight, but this is a slightly, like literally a shade darker than the shade 40, and I just love the combo. Like I love the finish it gives me. Yeah, no, the finish is definitely flawless, and I just love how it melts into my under eye. So just blend your life away, and just take your time. This literally took me 45 minutes, so if it takes you longer, it's really okay. And yeah, just if you want to get your makeup to look amazing, just take your time, especially if you're a beginner. Use the different techniques. As you can see, I also use my finger to blend in case you feel like a brush does not work. I'm taking my L'Oreal stick foundation in the shade Expresso, which you can find at any pharmacy, and I'm just using that to obviously sculpt, contour my face. So I'm going in the areas where I want more shadow, the areas in which I just want to not really come out like the highlight, but to rather go back. So I use that to create a shadow, just blending that out. A great tip I would give you is to try blend upwards. It's much more flattering than when you blend downwards on your cheekbones. So yeah, but just blend. This stick foundation blends like a dream. As you can see, it's really not problematic at all. Creams can be very tricky to work with, but as you can see, this one is just melting into my skin. So just continue blending upwards, as you can see, upward motion, up until you get the blend that you need. All right, so now I'm going in with my two translucent powders in Terracotta and Banana from a Revolution Makeup, and these can be found at Clicks only. So yeah, I mix those two because I'm not that light to pull off Banana on its own, and I'm also not that dark or deep in complexion to pull off Terracotta on its own. So I mix the two and I get the perfect combination, and I just use those to powder everywhere where I highlighted. All right, so now I'm going in to add powder contour to the areas that I contoured using the stick to set that as well. Remember, if you don't set the creams, they will melt off your skin. So what you want to do is set them in place. Ensure that that cream or the liquid is intact and where it's supposed to be. I'm taking that Estee Lauder Miss Estee Miss Estee's blush, and yeah, this is a really lovely deep plum shade, which is absolutely amazing. Such a great compliment to deeper complexions. And now I'm going in with the Lasting Fix spray from Maybelline. It's the matte spray, and yeah, if you watched my previous video, I did a mini review on it, and yeah, it looks amazing. Using my Naked Shapeshifter palette from Urban Decay, I'm using the highlighter in the palette to just highlight those peak areas that I want to catch the light. So I would use a highlighter, so that would be like the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my cheeks. Sometimes I'll go on the forehead, but I've already highlighted the brow bone, so those are the areas that you want to pick the light. I'm using this Revlon lip crayon in the shade 710. It's a pink sort of lip crayon, if I may put it like that. Is very creamy. I'm using this Essence XXL lip gloss to just top that up. So yeah, I use the matte lipstick as well in the beginning to just outline my lips, and that's the final look. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave some of your nice comments in there. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.